Hi everybody, welcome to Music Moves for Piano, Book 2, Unit 14. We're going to start with the duple meter song. Bum, 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 sing with me. Duple meter moves into, moves into, moves into. Duple meter moves into, move into with me. And chant macro beats on do. Do, do, do. Micro beats. Do, day, do, day, do, day, do, day. I chant macro beats. You chant micro beats. Do, do, do. Switch. Do, day, do, day, do, day, do, day. Echo me, please. Do, 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 data, do. Do, data, do, day, do, do. Now I'd like you to echo with your own rhythm patterns. Do, data, do, day, do. Do to day, do to data, do. All right, I am going to do one more thing before we sing some songs. I'm going to chant some rhythm patterns and I'd like you to help me label the patterns. So we have macro, micro beat patterns, division patterns, division elongation patterns. Those are our ones that we're doing so far. Do, day, do, day. That pattern was a macro micro beat pattern because it had two do's. Those are the big beats that you feel with your feet, and two beats of do days. Those are the small beats that go with your hands. Do, day, do to data, do. That was macro beat, micro beat, and division. We had do to data. Do, data, do, day, do to do. That one was crazy. There was a do at the end, so we had macro beat. There was a do day, that was micro beats. Then we had do data, that's a micro beat and two divisions, so we had divisions in here. And then do ta, that is a division elongation pattern. Whew, so that one had all four of them in one pattern. All right, I'm going to sing a song called the Siberian Husky. Would you please move like you are stuck in a bowl of mud? Bum ba bum bum ba ba bum ba ba bum bum ba ba bum bum ba bum bum ba ba bum ba ba bum bum ba ba bum. Feel how hard it is to push through all of that mud. Oh, it takes so much weight. Now I'm going to sing Russian folk song 1. If this sounds familiar to you, I'd love for you to sing it with me. And while you sing, would you please move like you're swatting flies? You can use one hand, you can use two hands, whichever you would prefer. Bum ba ba bum ba ba bum 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 ba bum 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 ba ba bum ba ba bum 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 ba bum bum bum. Get those flies. All right, we're going to do Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. This is our song to sing for this unit. Oh, nope. We're doing our tonal patterns first. And then we'll do Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So I'm just going to do a few. What I'm going to do is sing some patterns. You don't have to sing them back. Just tell me if you think these patterns are in major or minor tonality. I'll give you a little bit to think about it and then I'll tell you which one each one was. Bum, 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 bum. That pattern, that set of patterns was in major tonality. Bum, 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 bum. So that set of patterns was in minor tonality. How about this one? Bum, 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 bum. That set of patterns was in minor tonality. Last one. Bum, 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 bum. That set of patterns was in major tonality. Now we'll do our song to sing, which is Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Would you please do a hip and a shoulder dance while I sing this song? Bum, 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 bum. Echo these tonal patterns, please. Bum, 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 bum. And then on solfege, our tonal syllables, those are do, so, la, so, re, so. Now I'm going to sing one pattern for you, and I'd like you to tell me what chord it is part of. Can you make a label for that pattern? Is it a tonic major pattern or a dominant major pattern? Do, so. What do you think? That pattern is a tonic major. Remember that our tonic chord in major tonality is do, mi, so, or any combination of those. Our dominant pattern is so, ti, re, fa. Or when we do our tonic, dominant, tonic, melodic cadence, it's so, la, re, ti. All the same thing, we just happen to sing it backwards. So any group of those together is our dominant chord. Any group of do, mi, so is tonic. So do, so is from our tonic major chord. All right, I'm going to help you find where these tonal patterns are in the song. First, listening for that one that we just sang. Do, so, bum, bum. So go ahead and raise your hand whenever you think you're hearing this in the song, or just kind of notice to yourself. So here's our pattern. Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Now I'll show you where that pattern happens in the song by singing do, so, whenever we have the pattern. Bum, 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 here I go. Bum, do, do, so, so, bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Do, do, so, so, bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Now we're going to listen for la, so, bum, bum. Go ahead and sing it. So raise your hand or just think to yourself whenever you think that pattern's happening. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, I'll show you when that pattern's happening. I'll use my hands this time. Bum, 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 la, la, so. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 la, la, so. Bum, 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 bum. Notice that for both of those first two patterns that we listened to, we had repeated notes in each one of those patterns. The first pattern we had do, do, so, so. We sang each of those twice. In the second pattern, we sang la twice. La, la, so. Now let's listen for our last pattern. This is re, so, bum, bum. Sing. And then listen. Bum, 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 bum. 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 Bum, 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 bum. Did you find that pattern? This is one of those hidden patterns. It's kind of tricky to hear. So I'll show you where that pattern is in the song. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Re, so, so, bum, 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 bum. Re, so, so, bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Let me think through that a minute. No, the first one that I did was wrong. The first one that I did was actually do, so, so. And I noticed my mistake when I went through the second time. Re, so, so. I said, oh, the first one was wrong. So the pattern actually only happens one time in this song. And it's at the end of one phrase and the beginning of the next phrase. All right, so the last couple of things we're going to listen for in this song. I'm going to give you two things to listen for at once. One thing is, can you listen for the number of parts in this song? How many parts do you hear? And then the second thing is, can you tell me what the meter is? Is it in duple meter or triple meter? Let's actually start with that one. And I'm not going to sing it again because I think you have this in your head. So I'd like you to audiate this song or hear it in your head and say if you think this meter is duple or triple. If you're not sure, go ahead and try chanting do, day, do, day, do, day while you hear the song in your head, or try chanting do, da, dee, do, da, dee, do, da, dee. See what you think. I'll give you a moment. So this song is in duple meter. Duple meter. Bum, 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 bum. Do, day, do, day, do, day, do. Now I'd like you to audiate the song one more time. I'll give you even longer because I want you to hear the entire song in your head and hear how many parts you're hearing in this song. So I think that's enough time to give you kind of a sped up version in your head. So this time, so before I say anything more, what do you think? How many parts are you hearing in the song? So I'm hearing 3 parts in this song. We have our first section or our first phrase. Bum, 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 bum. Then we have our second section. Our second phrase, we'll call this one our A section, this one our B section because it sounds different. Bum, 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 bum. And then for our third section, we actually go back to our A section. So we have 1, 2, 3 sections, and we call those A, B, A. So we say the form of this piece, when you think about the whole song, is A, B, A. All right, go ahead and just sing the song with me. Bum, 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 sing with me. Bum, 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 bum. 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 All right, now let's do some movement in triple meter. We're going to sing the triple meter song. Bum, 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 sing with me. Triple now feel as we're moving in 3. Moving in 3. Moving in 3. Triple now feel as we're moving in 3. Move now in triple with me. And chant macro beats on do. Do, do, do. Micro beats. Do-da-dee, 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 do-da-dee. I'll chant macro beats. You chant micro beats. Do, do, do. Switch. Do-da-dee, 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 do-da-dee. I'll chant one pattern. You chant your own. Do-da-dee, do, do-da-da-da-dee-da-do. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee, do-ta-dee-do. Do-dee-do, do-da-dee, do-da-dee. All right, I'm going to sing a song called French Folk Song. Would you try to find these triple meter macro beats and micro beats for the song? If you're having trouble doing both at once, then try just rocking back and forth for the macro beats, or you can move the macro beats. Feel like you've got one of those balloons that you're trying to keep in the air. Have that energy as you push the balloon up into the air. You can move your arms from one side to the other side. So try those ways. If you're having trouble doing both at once, try feeling the macro beats that way, or try patting just the micro beats in the air. Do, mi, sol, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, ti, do. Bum, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum. That was the wrong song, but now I'll sing the French folk song. Bum, bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, 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 bum. This time, would you roll your arms, but instead of using this little space that we sometimes do when we're rolling our arms, would you use a lot of space? Bum, bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, 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 bum. All right, now we're going to sing Dutch folk dance. Do, mi, sol, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, ti, do. Would you please pretend that you're rowing a boat? And if this song sounds familiar to you, go ahead and join along while I sing. Bum, ba, bum, here I go. Bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum. Bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, ba, bum, bum. Now we're going to do some rhythm patterns in triple meter. I'll chant, and what I'd like you to do, oh yes, this one is fun. I'm going to chant on ba or bum, and I'd like you to chant on rhythm syllables. I'll help you out, and I'll chant your part with it in case you need some help. Do-da-dee-do, here I go. Ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba. Do-da-dee-do, do-da-dee-do. Bum, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Do, do-da-dee, do-ta-da-da-dee-ta-do. Ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba. do-a-dee-do-da-dee. Next one. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Do-dee-do, do-dee-do-da-dee. If you are having trouble with those, feel free to go back and listen to those several times and try doing those with me. You can also go to the pattern CD. The particular ones I'd like you to focus on are tracks 12 and 16. Track 12 has triple meter division elongation patterns and also on a neutral syllable, and track 16 has those same patterns on rhythm syllables. So you can listen to them one way with the neutral and then listen to them with the rhythm syllables so you can learn to translate. All right, we're going to go to the keyboard now. We're going to start by reviewing quickly our tonic, dominant, tonic arpeggios when F is Do, and then we're going to try something new and different. All right, so when F is Do, our tonic, dominant, tonic arpeggios are on page 31 in your book 2. So if you don't already have it out, go ahead and get book 2 out and turn to page 31. And I'm just going to show you, help you review what these look like. And what that is we're doing our tonic major chord twice, and then we go to dominant, and then we go back to tonic. Do, do, so, do is what you're singing if you're going to sing along. Do, do, so, do. Now we're going to try exactly the same thing, but instead of F being Do, we're going to move over one key and go to F sharp. So notice, remember when Do is F, was on 3 white keys? We're going to move over to 3 black keys. So, to find so, I'm going to give you 2 ways to find this. One is when you're playing your F sharp tonic triad, F sharp major tonic triad. Do, re, so. See that key that you're playing when you say so? That's the key that you go to for your dominant chord. So, D, so that's one way to figure out where you start. The second way I'm going to give you is that if you have book 1 sitting around, this is your yellow book. If you have book 1 sitting around, turn to page 52. And on page 52, while we don't have those arpeggios, we do have some information when Do is F sharp. We have our Do, Mi, So right here for our tonic, dominant, tonic, melodic cadence. And then if you look here, we have So, Ti, Re. I've kind of circled across between these 2 versions of the dominant chord. So here's So on the black key, Ti on the white key, and Re on the black key, and then we go back to Do, Mi, So, Do. I'll play that one more time, and then I want you to try something else. Do, do, so, do. Now, staying right where you are, don't move your hand. We're going to play Springtime 1 and Springtime 2, our 2 favorite songs, in F sharp major. So F sharp is Do, and I'd like you just to play Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So. Take a moment to find those keys. If you're having trouble, here are 2 ways. One is to look at this page 52 in your book 1. You can find there is Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So are scattered along the page. A second way is to use your ear and figure out where you go. You already know Do, Mi, and So. We just used those. So you're trying to find Re and Fa. Okay, now with that in mind, we'll play Springtime 1 and Springtime 2. just like when you were on the white keys and you had to move your hand up and forward a little bit to get to the black key, when you're on the black keys, you have to move your hand a little bit closer to you and a little bit down to get to the white key and then back up for the black keys. Now we're going to play 3 major scales that you already know: the C major scale, the F major scale, and the G major scale. These are all in your book. If you don't remember them, go ahead and take a look in the table of contents and you can find those pages. If you're having trouble, you really don't know where to look, send me a note and I'll tell you which pages. So for the C major scale, for the right hand, remember we have 3 keys. Then your thumb crosses under to go to Fa. Cross to your middle finger to finish. Left hand, we have 5 fingers first. Cross over on your middle finger to La. And then cross over on your thumb to go So. And back to Do. The G major scale is going to be exactly the same fingering. Right hand starts with the first 3 fingers. Cross your thumb under. As you're playing, your thumb can follow behind your fingers. Thumb crosses to Fa. Watch out for the black key. Cross to middle finger. Left hand, you start with 5 fingers. Cross to your middle finger on La. For the F major scale, we're going to start with your left hand. We have 5 fingers in your left hand first. Same fingering, nothing's different. Cross over to your middle finger. And then 5 fingers coming back down. For your right hand, we do a lot of things differently. So for the right hand, we're going to start at the top of the scale with your ring finger on Do, which is F. And we're going to play those 4 fingers coming down. And you're going to cross over to your ring finger again on Fa, which is our only black key. It actually feels really nice in your hand to cross over and do that. And I will go ahead and take a moment here. This is the one thing I forgot to do before I started here. Okay, so the G major scale is on page 5. The F major scale is on page 16 in your book. This is in book 2. The C major scale was back in book 1, but you can use the same fingering that you did for the G major scale. Just start on C. All right, we're now going to look in your book on unit 14, and we're going to look at the Exploration, Creativity, Improvisation section. This is on page 37, which is the first page of unit 14. So we have 2 projects here, 2 improv projects. The first one, Duple Meter Project 1, we're going to use the rhythm patterns from Hot Cross Buns, a song that we know and love, and we're going to use those to make up a new melody. So first we sing Hot Cross Buns. I'll start on D. Do, mi, so, la, so, fa, mi, re, ti, do. It says establish major tonality. You don't have to remember that whole thing that I just sang. You can sing do, mi, so, mi, do. Or you can be a little bit longer and sing do, mi, so, mi, do, ti, do. Either one of those will really help to get major tonality in your ears. And then we're going to move in duple meter and sing Hot Cross Buns. Do, day, do, here we go. Bum, 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 bum. Ba, 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 bum, bum, bum. Now we're going to keep moving in duple meter. We're going to chant these 2 rhythm patterns. Here's our first pattern. Do, day, do, day, do. Second pattern. Do, to, data, do, to, data, do, day, do. We're going to use those rhythm patterns. We're going to go to a G major pentascale. That's do, about when G is do? Oh, wasn't the right one. Okay, here are our rhythm patterns. Do, day, do, here I go. I really would like to hear what you have come up with when we have our group class check-in coming up. Now for our project 2, we're going to do exactly the same things, but with minor hot cross buns and an E minor pentascale. So if you look on your student book 2, page 24, you'll find minor hot cross buns. If you sing it, that's kind of a tricky key to sing in. It's either going to be very low or very high. So I'm going to use my D again, but I'm going to sing in D minor. So for establishing minor tonality, you can do the same thing that we did for major, but start on La. La, do, mi, do, la. And you can make it longer by La, do, mi, do, la, si, la. And then we're going to move in duple meter. Do, day, do. Here we go. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Ba, 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 bum, bum, bum. Now let's chant that rhythm pattern. Ready, chant. Do, day, do, day, do. Do to day to do to day to do day do. Same rhythm patterns. Now we're going to go in an E minor pentascale. That's la ti do re mi re do ti la. But when E is la, so we'll start here. Watch out for our black key. Remember, when G is do or E is la, T is going to be a black key. La ti do. All right. So take time, pause the video, work on these yourself, do your own improv project, and then play those for me when we have our group class check-in. Now there are a couple of projects that I'd like you to try that are not written in your book, so listen carefully. The first one is, we're going to do the same thing that we just did with our hot cross buns, but you get to pick a song from book 2 that you know well. I'm going to pick Old Woman on page 22. I love this song. And I'm going to use the rhythm patterns from this song to create my own melody. It can be anywhere on the piano, any notes you could, but it's not this one. Nope, that'll be another one. So any notes on the piano. I'm also going to experiment with my style of articulation. It could be very connected over on one side. It could be very separated over on the other side, or anywhere in between. Kind of separated, a little connected, pretty connected, very connected. So figure out where on that continuum you want to be. All right, so I'm going to do Old Woman. And maybe I'll just do the first half because that's pretty long. So do, day, do, day, do, day, do, day, do, day, do. I'll do that much of the song. And let's use some notes. I was pretty separated on that. I could also be connected. That's a very different sound. So for you, choose a song that you really like or you know well in book 2. Chant the rhythm patterns from that song. Use any notes that you'd like to improvise. And experiment with different articulations. Very connected, very separated, or anywhere in between. That's your first thing that's not in the book. Second thing that's not in the book, we're going to do some improv with a rhythm pattern that I give you in duple meter. I'm going to give you the rhythm pattern. I'd like you to echo it with your voice, play it on one key, and then you're going to improvise with this rhythm pattern. When you do, use any keys on the piano, but play 2 or 3 keys at the same time as you improvise. After you've done that, you get to answer yourself. Oh, that's a lot of directions. A lot of directions. Okay, so echo me, play on one key, play 2 or 3 keys at a time as you improvise anywhere on the piano, and then answer your idea with either the same rhythm pattern or a different rhythm pattern. I will do all of that to show you, and then I'd like for you to go back and try it yourself. Okay, here's my rhythm pattern. Do, day, do, here I go. Do-ta, day-ta, do-ta, day-ta, do, day, do, day. So I'll say it to myself. Do-ta, do-ta, day-ta, do, day, do, day. Now, any keys, 2 or 3 at once. And then I'll answer myself. I really will be interested to hear what you've come up with when you do this project. All right, now we're going to review Butterfly. Butterfly is on page 36 in your student book. This is in book 2. I'm just going to play it for you. Remember, when you look at it, this song is in duple meter, music information box. You see that, so you think do, day, do. It's in major tonality, so you think do, mi, so, mi, do, ti, do. Do is G, so you can take some time finding G on the piano. When you're trying to think about G major, you can play your tonic, dominant, tonic, melodic cadence. And the melody starts on Mi. So, do, mi, so, mi, do, mi. So now you know a lot of information about this song, even if you don't remember how it goes. If you see over in this portion of the page, it shows you what keys you're going to use for the melody. We're going to be using your right hand, and you're starting on Mi, shows you where that is. I'll play the song for you. Do, day, do, here I go. So remember, in that very first pattern, we have a repeated note. Mi, re, re, do. And then we do that twice. We go up to so, walk all the way down to do, and we end on do, re, do. Do, re, do. We repeat, move the whole thing 1 octave over, so same notes. So walk it down. If you're ready to do the accompaniment is going to be just do and so. You see this in the middle of the page here in your box. It tells you what fingers, and it shows you where do and so are. You can find them. And here's what it sounds like. So the accompaniment is do, 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 do. And that happens twice. The other review that we're going to do in this unit is we're going to finish the unit reviews for Unit 3 and Unit 4. So I'm going to run you quickly through those things. In Unit 3, you're reviewing the 5 C's on the keyboard. So remember, you have, this is on page 9. You're reviewing low C, bass C, middle C, treble C, and high C. On page 10, you're doing the tonic, dominant, tonic arpeggios when C is do. Do, do, so, do. You can, if you're ready, I'd would love for you to play and sing. And when you sing, you're just singing the roots. Do, do, so, do, like I did. The other thing in Unit 3 is Frère Jacques on page 11. And just as a reminder, it's hard for you to remember how long to do that. Make sure you're hearing the whole melody in your head. Bum, 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 the other thing that I did very poorly just now is that you should play, when you're actually playing the melody, you should play it loudly with lots of energy from your shoulder all the way to your fingertip. And then when you're playing that accompaniment part, which is do and mi, with F sharp is do, you should play that softly. So. In Unit 4, we're reviewing hot cross buns. Hot cross buns. And I think, let me just look, I think C is do when we're doing hot cross buns. I did not write that down. Yes, C is do for hot cross buns. So remember, when you do hot cross buns, you have to think do, day, do, ready, play, or sing before you start. Otherwise, you're going to do, and then you can't play it fast enough. So you have to think do, day, do, ready, play. Do, day, do, day, do, do, day, do. So make sure you're thinking of those first 3 notes as do, day, do. So for all of those songs, add some things that we haven't done before. Put those over on the home side, and then I'd like for you to play those for me when we have our group class check-in. And the last thing for this unit is we're going to learn Russian Folk Song 2. This is on page 38 in your book. I'm going to play, I'd like you just to move to macro beats and micro beats. See if you think this is in duple meter or is it in triple meter. See what you think. Now this is pretty fast. It's a little bit hard to hear when it's that fast. So let me play it a little bit more slowly and see if that's easier to hear. So this is in duple meter, and here's how our rhythm pattern goes. Do, day, do, day, do, day, do, do, day, do, day, do, 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 day, do, day, do, day, do, day, do, do. Now tell me, do you think this song sounds like major tonality or minor tonality? I'll play it one more time for you to think about it. And then when it's done, can you please sing do or la wherever our resting tone is? So this is a minor tonality, and our resting tone is la, la. We do happen to end on our resting tone. This song has 2 parts. It actually has, we repeat the entire song, but even within that part, before we repeat it, there are two parts. So I'd like you to think about the rhythm pattern for each of these two parts or two patterns and tell me if the rhythm pattern is the same or the rhythm pattern is different. So here's the first part. That rhythm. Now here's our next part. So those two rhythms are different. The ending of those is just a little bit different. The first one was do, day, do, day, do, day, do. The second one was do, day, do, day, do, do. Now, what was in those rhythm patterns? What, can you label the functions? Functions like macro, micro, division, division elongations. Thinking through those. So those were both macro beat, micro beat patterns. They have just do days and do's. I'm going to have you echo these tonal patterns after me, and then I'll help to show you where they happen in the song. Bum, 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 bum. On solfege, or our tonal syllables, mi, do, re, ti, do, la, do. Now what I'm going to do, remember how I said the whole song is repeated? So we're going to listen for the first pattern. Mi, do, bum, bum. I'll play the first half and let you see if you can find it. And then I'll show you when we get to the second half where it is. The pattern again is bum, 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 bum. Here I go. Now I'll show you mi, do. Now we're going to listen for the next pattern. Re, ti, bum, bum, sing. Listen for that one. Bum, 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 here I go. Second part. Re, ti. Now we'll listen for the next pattern. Do, la, bum, bum, sing. Bum, 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 here I go. Do, la. And the last one. La, do, bum, bum, sing. Would you please, if you're not already seated at the keyboard, would you go ahead and sit at the piano, please? Go ahead and hand your book 2 open to page 38, where Russian Folk Song 2 is. Take a look at the music information box. It says this song is in duple meter. Remember that. Do, day, do, day, do, day, do. Excuse me, it's in harmonic minor tonality. La is D, so you need to find D on the keyboard. Melody starts on mi, like la, do, mi. So to get ourselves ready for D minor, would you please play our tonic, dominant, tonic arpeggios when D is la. Remember how to play those, you're having difficulty with that, take a look at page 31 in your book, and you can find those tonic, dominant, tonic arpeggios, We're also going to play Springtime 1 in D minor. Just Springtime 1. Just getting us really ready to play in D minor. Now we're going to play and sing the tonal patterns from the song. So I'm going to sing it and then play. See if you can find these on your piano. La, do, mi. Here's our first pattern. Mi, do. Sing. And then we'll play. Re, ti. Sing. And on the piano. Do, la. Sing. And then la, do. Sing. And then. Now, get your hands and fingers on the keys. Notice that it's going to be this hand, your right hand, and it's going to be all 5 fingers. It shows you in your book where la goes. La is going to be in your thumb, mi is going to be in your pinky, so you have all 5 fingers there, just like if you're playing Springtime 1. So think the starting key. We're going to start on mi. Now, before we do this first phrase, I want you to notice a couple of things. I want you to think that first pattern. Mi, do. Think it on the keys. Now, remember that we have our first 3 patterns all in a row. Mi, do, re, ti, do, la. And to do that in your hand, make sure you have an arm movement that's following behind each one of your fingers. So your fingers aren't out there like this, trying to do that job by themselves. Your arm is balancing behind each finger. And we're going to end on ti, mi, do, re, ti, do, la, ti. That's our first one. So take your time, play that phrase a lot of times in a row, get used to your arm balancing. It's going to feel, as you balance from finger to finger, like your arm is rotating a little bit, almost like you're turning a doorknob. But it's not because you're shoving your hand into that rotation. It's just because as you balance, you're happening to turn in that direction. Once you're comfortable with that, then we'll look at the second phrase. Remember, the second phrase or second pattern starts with la, do. La, do, ti, ti, la, la. All right, so once you're comfortable with the whole song, take your time, get ready for that. Then I'm just going to show you where the chord changes are for this song. These are just in the accompaniment section. We're not looking at the whole accompaniment. We're looking down here at the tonic and dominant changes. And that's just la and mi. And I'll sing those first so you can hear. La, mi, la, mi, la, mi, la. And I'll play it. Do any part of this that you're ready to do. If you're ready to play just the first pattern of the song, if you can play the whole song, if you can play the song with the accompaniment, if you're not even sure about the first pattern, any of those things are fine. We'll see how it goes when I come to the group class check-in with you. All right, so just to review, for this unit, your assignments are, you're going to review Butterfly, finish Units 3 and 4 review, begin Unit 5 review, which we didn't even talk about today, learn to play Russian Folk Song 2 or any part of it that you're able to do, read the music information box when you practice each piece, Practice the new marked pages. So anything that you've worked on today, please mark today's date on the lesson side. Study skills. Think about the dynamics of a piece before you play it. Think about how loud or how soft it should be. Chant out loud or audiate. Think a meter tempo introduction. So in other words, think about how fast or how slow it should be and chant for yourself out loud. For example, for our Russian folk song 2, you chant do, day, do, ready, play. If you're playing at that speed. If you want to go along really fast, you're going to play bum, 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 bum. Then you're going to chant do, day, do, ready, play. So chant it in the same speed or tempo that you're ready to play. Learn to sing the song to sing. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Sounds pretty familiar probably. Listen to this unit on the recording and echo the patterns. Listen to the next unit. For this unit and the next unit, we're starting on track 27, and we're going through track 30. So it's tracks 27 through 30 on the audio track for book 2, and then listen to the pattern CD, just any tracks that we've done so far. Thank you very much for joining me for Music Moves Book 2, Unit 14, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you.